Hello everyone, and welcome back to Behind the Bulletin, where we dive deep into the stories, revelations, and emotional moments that shake the entertainment world to its core. Today, we're uncovering a headline that has stunned fans, ignited social media, and opened the door to truth many never expected to hear. Yes, we're talking about Chang Wook breaks his silence, the truth about his child with Nam Hyun stunts fans. What finally made him speak out? Hidden story has now come to light. And why is this revelation sending shockwaves through the entire fandom? Stay with us, because the truth behind this emotional moment begins right now. And it's more surprising than anyone imagined. The conference hall was supposed to be just another routine press event, buzzing with flashing cameras and murmuring reporters. No one expected the night to take a turn that would electrify the entertainment industry. Chang Wook, beloved actor by millions, and famously private, stepped onto the stage with an expression no one had ever seen from him, a mixture of fear, resolve, and something brittle enough to shatter with one wrong question. The room instantly fell silent. Journalists exchanged nervous glances. Something was coming. Something big. When Chang Wook finally lifted the microphone, his voice wavered just slightly, but the words that followed sliced through the room like a blade. "There's something I have kept hidden for a long time," he began. "Something about my family, and my child." Gasps erupted. Pens dropped. Cameras zoomed in so fast the motors whined. For years, rumors had circulated, fleeting whispers, unexplained absences, coded social media posts, but nothing ever confirmed. Until today. And then he said the name no one expected him to utter publicly. Nam Hyun. The entire room inhaled sharply. Hyun and I, he continued, stopping as though fighting the urge to retreat. We share a responsibility. Something we never intended to reveal, but can no longer hide. Chaos erupted. Reporters stood up, overlapping questions. Are you confirming a child? How long have you kept this secret? Is Nam Hyun aware you're announcing this? Security intervened, pushing the crowd back. But the shockwaves had already detonated. Within minutes, the internet exploded with frenzied speculation. Fans cried. Theories multiplied. Trending lists filled with disbelief. But what no one knew, not even the reporters in that room, was how this revelation had begun months earlier. In a small secluded villa far from the city lights, Chang Wook had taken an unexpected hiatus, disappearing after a mysterious accident on set. Hyun, who had been filming nearby, visited him frequently during his recovery. Their friendship, forged years earlier, deepened into something more complicated, something fragile, something dangerous to reveal. And then came the night everything changed. Raining heavily when Chang Wook received a message from Hyun, "We need to talk. It's urgent." He rushed to meet her at the villa, heart pounding with unspoken fear. When he arrived, she was sitting alone on the balcony, trembling, clutching something small in her hands, a photograph. A baby's photograph. The story behind the photograph was darker than anything he had imagined. "This isn't about us," Hyun whispered, shattered. "This is about what they've done." They referred to the powerful production syndicate both had unknowingly crossed. A group that controlled casting, endorsements, but lives, everything. A group that had fabricated scandals, manipulated narratives, and buried truths for years. Hyun had been targeted first. Her family threatened. Her career sabotaged. And then, most horrifying, her privacy violated when a child left in her care became entangled in a series of political cover-ups. The child was not theirs by blood. Both of them had risked everything to protect the baby, and the truth behind the child's identity. Months passed in secret. They lied. Disappeared. Reappeared. They hid the baby. Shielded it from the syndicate that wanted it gone, permanently. And through that shared struggle, the bond between Hyun and Chang Wook became unbreakable. Danger only escalated. A car followed them. Phones were tapped. Strange men lurked near Hyun's building. Until finally, the syndicate issued their ultimatum. "Give up the child, or the truth will destroy you both." Standing alone on the stage now, Wook knew he could no longer remain silent. The syndicate had made their move earlier that week, leaking fragments of the story to tabloids, warping the narrative into something scandalous. This press conference wasn't his choice. It was his only defense. And for the first time, He spoke the words that would tear open everything. This child is under our protection. And today, I am telling the truth, before they twist it any further. The room erupted again. But the real explosion was only beginning. The aftermath of the press conference was unlike anything the industry had ever witnessed. News stations aired non-stop footage. Fans sobbed, outraged, terrified. Anti-fans weaponized rumors. Corporate giants panicked. Within hours, both Chang Wook and Hyun became the center of a political whirlwind. But behind closed doors, the danger intensified far beyond public drama. As soon as he left the stage, Chang Wook received an anonymous message. Couldn't have spoken. There will be consequences. Blood ran cold. He rushed to Hyun's hidden residence, one of the safe houses they'd used for months. When she opened the door, her face told him everything. She had seen the press conference. Knew what it meant. You shouldn't have, she whispered, tears brimming. Had no choice, he replied. They were going to leak everything. Now they'll come after you instead. It was the first time she saw true fear in his eyes, not fear for himself, but for her, and for the child asleep in the room behind them. The baby, a quiet, gentle boy with dark eyes, had already survived too much. He was the child of a whistleblower who vanished under mysterious circumstances. Chang Wook and Hyun had vowed to protect him after discovering the truth behind the syndicate's machinations. But time was running out. That night, as thunder rolled over the city, Hyun confessed everything she had been hiding. They found our location last week, she whispered. I moved him just in time. We can't stay here anymore. A chill ripped down Chang Wook's spine. They weren't just playing defense anymore, this was war. He paced the room, mind racing. We need to expose the entire network. Just protect the child, bring the truth to light. Hyun shook her head. You saw what happened today. They control everything. Not everything, he said quietly. They don't control the truth. It was then that something unexpected happened. A soft cry came from the next room. Both rushed to comfort the baby. And in that fragile moment, amid fear, chaos, they felt something deeper than fear. A tiny heartbeat that reminded them why they had risked everything. We can't lose him, Hyun whispered. Voice cracking. We won't, Chang Wook vowed. But dawn brought a nightmare. As sunlight filtered through the curtains, a dark silhouette appeared outside the window. In a suit. Watching. Waiting. Hiding anymore. They had been found. Chang Wook grabbed Hyun's wrist. We're leaving. Now. They fled through the back door. Down narrow alleys. Through abandoned markets. Until they reached a safe vehicle. They sped toward the outskirts of the city. Hyun noticed something on her phone. A new headline, one that froze her blood. Anonymous source claims Chang Wook lead. Not who he says. The syndicate had struck first. They're framing us, she whispered, voice trembling. Chang Wook's grip tightened on the steering wheel. Then we expose everything, tonight. The final scene was a blaze of chaos, Chang Wook and Hyun appearing unexpectedly on a live stream broadcast with millions watching. No makeup. No lighting. Just raw truth. They revealed the identity of the whistleblower. The syndicate's threats. Everything they had sacrificed. Everything they had protected. And when Chang Wook held up the baby's photograph, shattered. This child deserves freedom. And we will fight for it until the end. The internet erupted. Support surged. Whistleblowers joined in. Investigations launched worldwide. For the first time, the syndicate's power cracked. And in that crack, a new possibility emerged. A future where lies didn't win. A future they might survive together. In the end, the storm that once threatened to swallow Chang Wook and Hyun slowly began to break apart. The syndicate's grip weakened under the weight of truth. Their secrets unraveling as the world finally saw what had been hidden for far too long. And though the road ahead was uncertain, one thing became clear, the courage to speak out had changed everything. The child they fought so fiercely to protect was finally safe under legal guardianship. Far from those who sought to silence him. Investigations widened, allies emerged. And for the first time in months, the two of them could breathe without fear pressing against their ribs. They stood together, not as actors, as public figures, but as two people who had chosen honesty over silence. Hope over despair. Their battle was far from over. Darkness no longer felt endless. And sometimes, that small crack of light is enough to begin again. Thank you for staying with us until the very end of this story, through every twist, every shock, every breathless moment. Your imagination and your emotions give life to these narratives. And we are deeply grateful that you follow this journey with us. Until the next story. Thank you for reading, for feeling, for being here.